And now, the moment you've been waiting for. So this is the second part of the video about the Spirit Charmer. The Spirit Charmer, yeah. There you go. There's even, holy shit. Holy shit. That's so nice. There's even a scan, a QR code to scan to learn the basic. This is so cool. Fucking love this. Let's go. So we're gonna be checking every single card. Again, you got the structured deck, you got the scan here to learn the basic. I believe this is another deck, right? Where you can also scan to learn the basic. So if you were interested in buying Phantom Rage, but you weren't sure what was in the deck, you could scan here. And it will tell you every single card. We got another card. This is promotional. Legacy of the Duelist. They look alike. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the very first protagonist of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. Yugioh. It's time to duel. Challenge all the duelists. Oh, this is a game. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Universe. Build your deck from over a 10,000 card. Take on your friend of the world. Available now. Is it Master Duelist? They don't really tell you the name of the card. We got Duel Link. Damn. So this is Kaiba, Seto Kaiba. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! This guy, I don't know who he is. Duel Links. Fuck yeah. Real-time face-based PvP duel. Play as character from the anime. Collect card and build your ultimate deck. Voice actor from the animated series. Wow. And we got Dark Magician. Okay, so I thought they would give you like a Dark Magician, but it's just to show you what it looks like. So we'll do the same as a Pokemon card. We got the very first card. Familiar Possessed Wind. Looks really good. I love this. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna read the effect. I want you guys to let me know in the comments if you just want to see the art or you want to hear the effect also. You can special summon this card from your NR deck by sending one face up Worm the Wind Charmer. So this is Familiar Possessed. So this is Worm Charmer, right? The Wind Charmer. The Wind Charmer, wow. And I have a hard time reading. One face up wind monster you control to the graveyard. If the card special summoned by its own effect, like a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. So the difference between the attack and the defense is going to be inflicted as damage. We got the Familiar Possessed Ita. So probably we're gonna have the Familiar Possessed at the beginning. So you can special summon this card from your inner deck by sending one face up Ita the Fire Charmer and one face up Fire Monster to the graveyard. If this card special summon, so it's the same thing. If it acts defense, you get to attack to inflict damage. It looks pretty good. I think I prefer the Wind Charmer, but that's just my opinion. We got the Familiar Possessed area. This is a card I actually have. You can special summon this card from your end by summoning. Okay, so it's all the same. This time it's Area the Water Charmer. Take piercing battle damage. Yes, sir. We got the last one. We got Familiar Possessed Ausa. Yo, not bad. My question is 1,800, 1,800, 1,800. So the four of them have the same attack and the same defense, which is actually nice because you're not going to be using the same card over and over again. You'll choose all of them. Got Solemn Warning. Oh, dude. Holy shit. There's no fucking way. So there's a card called Solemn Judgment. And this is probably related to it. Solemn Judgment for half of your health points. You get to negate anything. Spell effect trap card. When a monster would be summoned, or when a spell trap card or monster effect is activated that include an effect that special summon a monster, pay 2,000 life point, negate the summon or activation. If you do, destroy it. So yeah, it's the same effect, but instead of doing the half of your life point, you do 2,000. Dimensional Bard, that was in the guide. So you got the Dimensional Warrior, the DDs, and I don't know who that guy is. Declare one monster card type. Ritual Fusion Synchro XYZ or Pendulum. For the rest of this turn, the player can special summon monster of the declared type. Also negate the effect of all monsters of that type while they are on the field. You can only activate one dimensional barrier per turn. So there's probably more of this card in the deck. You got Metaverse from Facebook. Documentary, I watched it last week. It was good. Take one field spell from your deck and then either activate it or add it to your hand. Is there a field card from this deck? We got the chat card for Miyabi, Spiritual Wind Art. This is the card. I know this card. This is a 3-star. Tribute 1 wind monster that targets 1 card from your opponent control. Place that opening card on the bottom of the deck. Damn. We got the Spiritual Fire Art. Kurenai. Oh, she looks good, dude. Tribute 1 fire monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster original attack. I love it. They have different effects. This is actually pretty good. This is actually a good card. We got Spiritual Water Art, Aoi. I don't see the monster next to her. Usually we see the monster. Tribute one monster, water monster. Look at your opponent and then send 1 card from their end to the graveyard. Actually pretty good. You could stop Exodia like that. Spiritual Art Knowledge, Kurikane. Oh, it's funny. He has a beaver tail as like an accessory, and his familiar is his spirit. He has a broom also, which is kind of cool. Do we want an art monster and select target 1 other level 4 or lower earth monster? Give you a special summon that earth monster. Okay, so like a monster reborn, very specific. We like it. We like it. Unpossessed. Oh, this is kind of cool. So if they're possessed, you can go back. So we got the earth, wind, fire, and water. Charmer monster you control cannot be destroyed by battle. If a familiar possessed monster you control attack when a monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or can affect while this card's already face up and you in your spell hit shot zone, you can special 1 spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your deck. They all have 1500, so that's kind of cool. Wolf's attribute is different from at least one of those. Destroy monster original attribute of the field. In attack position or phase down defense position, you can only use effect of unpossessed once per turn. Am I shaking? And we're back. What do you do when you have shaking hands? You put them in cold water. Not the most pleasant feeling, but it works. So we were verifying the deck of a Spirit Charmer. So let's continue. This is part 2. This we have Dark Ruler no more. Dark Ruler was also a monster. So it's kind of cool. Negate the effect of all face-up monster your opponent currently control until the end of this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolve, your opponent take no damage. Neither player can activate monster effect and respond to this card activation. I should be commenting if they're good or not, but hey, it's been too long I've played. I should be playing again. Twin Twister. I do remember something along those that it feels familiar. Discard 1 card, just target up to 1 spell trap on the field, destroy them. That actually sounds pretty good. Book of Eclipse. This is something that's old. Change all face-up monster on the field to face-down defense position. Bring it up to the end phase of this turn. Change as many face-down defense position monster your opponent control as possible to face-up defense position. Then your opponent draws card equal to the number of monster changed face-up by this effect. So that's pretty good because, for example, if your opponent has 6 cards in his hand, that's 10 cards. If most of them are monsters, they're not gonna be able to. So some of them is gonna have to discard. We have Terraforming. Holy! Add 1 field spell card from your deck to your hand. This is the second card we have regarding the field. So there's probably something there. We have the Spellbook of Knowledge. Send to the graveyard either 1 spellcaster monster you control or 1 other spellbook card from your hand or face-up field. Except Spellbook of Knowledge. If you do, draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Spellbook of Knowledge per turn. I told you I'm a horrible reader, but I try. We have the Secret Village of the Spellcaster. Oh, yo, this looks good. Control a spellcaster monster, your opponent cannot activate spell card. If you control no spellcaster monster, activate spell card. So you see this is a field. This is this field that we were looking for. That's actually pretty freaking good. Activation of the Possessed. This was in the guide. Look at it. The 4 of them together. Fucking looks good. We have monster you control Gain 300 attack for each different attribute you control. Charmer and familiar possessed monster you control can be destroyed by the card effect. For spellcaster monster with 1800 original attack is normal or special summon to your field, draw one card. Can only use its effect of awakening of the possessed once per turn. It is a continuous spell card, so you can use them every turn if you want. Great card. Denko Saka, one of the first that is not necessarily a spellcaster. Thunder. It cannot be special summon. While you control no set spell trap, another player can set spell trap nor activate spell trap card that are set on the field. Effect Veiler, I guess. During your opponent main phase, quick effect can send up this card from your hand to your graveyard. Then target the one effect monster your opponent control. Negate the effect of that face-up monster your opponent control until the end of the turn. 0/0. Damn. It's a tuner. This is the card. This is a card I don't understand. Witcher of the Black Forest. I swear to God, I had this card in grade 6. That means this card is 18 years. If this card is sent to the field to the graveyard, monster to your with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand, which could be a spellcaster. You cannot activate card or the effect of card with that name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect of Witch of the Black Forest once per turn. There's a lot of those. You got Dark Doriado, another one. This was a spellcaster. It was a pendulum effect. So pendulum, it does seem like they're replacing ritual monsters slowly by slowly. All earth, water, fire, and wind monster you control gain 200 attack defense for every different attribute amongst the monster you control. This is really fucking good. This card is normal special summon. You can choose 4 monsters from your deck. One earth, 1 water, 1 fire, and 1 wind, and then place them on top of the deck in any order. We have the Witchcraft Golem. Oh, this is a special. Look at this card. This is beautiful. This is the like if you want the boss, every single deck they have this card that is stronger. This is it. When your opponent activate a card or effect that target a spellcaster monster control or target it for an attack, quick effect. You can target one card of your opponent control or one witchcrafter spell in your graveyard. Special summon this card from your end. If you do, return that target card to the end. You can only use this effect of Witchcrafter Golem Moru once per turn. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, return this card to the end. This is not great. Fairy Tail Luna. Fairy Tail, I love the anime. Fairy Tail, she looks cute, bro. When it's stuck, it's normal summon. You can add 1 spellcaster monster with 1850 attacks from your deck to your hand once per turn. Quick effect. You can target 1 face-up monster your opponent control. Your opponent can send 1 card with that monster name from their deck or extra deck to the graveyard to negate this effect. Otherwise, return both this card and that monster to the end. We got another Fairy Tail, Relia. So this Luna is it clearly shows that she's water, or she's probably earth. Spellcaster effect. Neither player can affect target monster on the field with spell card or effect, except this one. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell, equip 1 equipped spell for your hand, the graveyard to discard, but return that equipped spell to the end during the end phase. So if you're gonna, let's for example, if you use Acts of Despair, right? You would upgrade this card to 2850, but at the end of the turn, it would come back. So it's good, but it's risky. Because Fairy Tail Sleeper. Yo, they're cute. Okay, so summon 1 monster from your hand. When your opponent activates a normal spell trap card quick effect, you can choose 1 other monster. The activate effect become 1 change up face up monster your opponent control to face down defense position. You can only use the effect of Fairy Tail Sleeper once per turn. You got Ranryu, which is the wind elemental of the deck. You can control 1 Ranryu. If you control the spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 monster with 1500, 200 defense in your graveyard, except Ranryu. Special summon it. So I guess Yeah, you see, Inari Fire. They have the same attack, so I could use this one. I could use the first one to summon this one. Pyro effect. This looks fucking great. You can control one Inari. You can only control one Inari Fire. If you control the spellcaster monster, you can just summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, during your next standby phase, this face-up card on the field will destroy by a card and set to the graveyard. Special summon it from your graveyard. Like a phoenix, dude. We got Gigabyte. Yo! So there's this version of this card. I swear to God, there's this version of this card that is a normal. There's no effect. So this is kind of cool. Look at it. It is a beauty. Get special. You can only control 1 gigabyte. If you control the spellcaster monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, set to the graveyard, you can special summon one monster with 1,500 attack, 200 defense from your deck, except Gigabyte. So this is the same for the fire. Look at it. It looks so good. Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. Damn, looks good, dude. You can only control one Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. If you control the caster monster, you can summon this card from your hand once per turn during your opponent. Okay. This is the same effect. And the other. And finally, when the Wind Chaser. Oh, yo. Now we're switching up. Now we're switching to the Wind Charm. To the Charmers. When monster your opponent controls, take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. And it's cool because, yeah, but this is a big deal because you see it's 500. So if you have to flip it, you have to make sure that you have to protect it after, because 500, pretty much everybody can defeat that. Trying to find a way to film without it being shaky. Got Iata the Fire Charmer. Aw, she's adorbs. Target one fire monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. You know what she reminds me of? Karen from Naruto. I don't know why. You got Area the Water Charmer. Flip target one water monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. Outside the Earth Charmer, target one Earth monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target while this card is face up on the field. Oh, like conversion. Oh, dude, look it out. Look at the freaking art on that thing. Possessed Partnership. So I want to show you guys when it's a holographic card. I'll go do like this. Looks really freaking good. You summon one spellcaster monster with 1,500 defense from your inner graveyard and attack position or face-on position. Then, if you control a monster with 2 or more different attributes, can destroy one face-up monster card on the field. Can manage this card from your graveyard. Then target one possessed continuous spell trap in your graveyard. Place it face up your field. It looks really good. The deck is almost done already. Raigeki, another card that is kind of old. So this is super good because it destroys every single card on your opponent. Again, a holo card. Looks good. Another holo card. Spirit Charmer. So again, there's probably like a rule when you open those decks as to what you're supposed to do. But hey. Discard one card. Take 2 cards from your deck with different name from each other that are Charmer monster, familiar possessed monster, and or possessed spell trap. Add one of them to your hand. Set the other. You can only activate once per Charmer per turn. It's kind of cool. They all have the wand. The Earth is broom. Or I don't know the other. I didn't pay attention to the other. Holy shit! Grand Spiritual Art. Ishiden. It's a spell card. It's a field card. There's 2 of them. Your opponent's fire negate your opponent's first monster effect that resolves each turn while you control a spellcaster monster with 1,500 defense. During your main phase, you can reveal one spellcaster monster from your hand, and if you do, add one monster for the same attribute, but with 1,500. So this, if you do this, you guys remember, like, for example, this card. Ausa. This is... Oh, sorry. The bees, the familiars, they all had 1,500. So that's kind of cool. You can. This is super good if you start with it, and you can see them if you look carefully. There are in here the 4 of them. And if you do that, shuffle the reveal card into the deck. You can only use this effect of Grand Spiritual Art, Ishiden. once per turn. There's 4 cards left. Oh, dude! Holy shit! Look at this, guys. Look at how nice this is. I love the name. So you can see, it looks really good. Special summon 1 card from your inner deck by sending 1 face-up spellcaster monster, 1 face-up level 4 or lower fire control to the graveyard. Only use each of the following effect of awakening the possessed greater fire in area fire once per turn. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of one monster that controls your choice. Damn, that's good. 2000 attack. This card is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can add 1 spiritual fire art card. Put 1% spell trap from your deck to your hand. Look at this awakening of the possessed, the first Archfiend. Really looking good. You can special summon this card from your inner deck by sending 1 face-up spellcaster monster and a 1 face-up level 4 or lower Earth monster you control to the graveyard. Can only use each of the following effect of awakening once per turn. So you can use them once per turn, but you can change them up. When this card is special summoned by its effect, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower from your graveyard, but negate its effect. Okay. This card is sent to the graveyard. You can add 1 spiritual earth art card, 1% spell trap card from your deck or hand. Different effect. And it's kind of cool because if it was, it's not only different, it's so cool because, for example, so this one, you know for a fact that Inari is gonna be more fiery, is gonna be more fancy. This is more like how can I say that? It's kind of more strategic. It's weird because I have 4 cards left. I was expecting water and wind, but we have another earth. If I'm gonna possess Ausa, can special summon this card from your inner deck by sending 1 face-up Osa the Earth Charmer and 1 face-up Earth monster you control to the graveyard. If this card special summoned by its own effect, like a defense position monster, okay, that we know. And we have Token. Card can be used as any token. So this card is really nice because if you use that token, why is it scratch? Oh, never mind. I thought it was look scratched. Yeah, it looks scratched. Oh, it's kind of cool. And this is what we have on our fridge. And there you go. So my general opinion on this the Spirit Charmer deck, I think it's a really good deck. I don't think it's if you're going meathead, if you're going meathead, it's not a good deck. If you're going for attack and defense, if you're going straight up for attack, it's not good. This is a deck that is more focused on strategy. It is a deck that probably requires you to play a lot of it because otherwise you have to know the card by art. Sorry, I'm French. And yeah, you have to understand which card is which. You have to know your deck by heart, and it's complicated because this takes time, right? I think it's a pretty cool deck. I love the art. I really love the art. It was really cute. The fact that it was cute, that it was, the spellcaster. It's funny because they're supposed to be cute, and everything you see about the deck, it looks charming, it looks cute, but when they're possessed, they become demonic almost. So it's kind of cool because even with the spellcaster village card, it was hidden. It's not it's like they don't want to fight, but if they do, they're gonna have to do what they're gonna do when it has to be done. And it really is a good looking deck. Is this a deck I would be using? Probably. I think the deck has a lot of strength. I think it has a lot of weaknesses. So all of the cards, they have to be together. And the problem with that is if your opponent destroys 1 card, and if your opponent has a trap card to destroy, the problem with big combos like that is you need every single card. And for this deck, there was a lot of cards. There was only one, so it destroyed, and your strategy has to change, right? You have 4. You have 4 Spirit Charmer. There's 1, there's 2, there's maybe 3 that are good. One of them is definitely not good. I'm not gonna say which one because it's a question of opinion. But if they destroyed the 3 others, and I'm stuck using this one, I'm not gonna be super happy. So yeah, it's a good deck. It takes a long time to learn. It looks super cute, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I think the main thing of this deck is because it's so hard to use, that it's the opponent's not gonna know it, right? And I think that using this deck against an opponent, I think it's cool because you're using more than one element. I'll give it a, I don't know how to give notes. I'd have to play with it to give it a note. But yeah, it's a solid deck, and I love the way it looks, as always. I love you guys. This was a Spirit Charmer deck review. It was, we checked out on the first video, we checked out the manual, we checked out the box, and on this one, we checked out the deck. So it's kind of cool. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys really soon. Peace. Oh, that was a nice burp.